Did you ever witness two totally different worlds collide? And if you did you then compare them to judge or to find greatness? Please think about that for a moment. And why do I want you to think about that? Well, over last Sunday, I witnessed a collision like that here at the Flandrien Hotel. The setting was the following. We were sitting in the clubhouse, as you can see, clubhouse here, right there, and we had the big screen on, and we saw the Tour de France, the finish of the Tour de France, the preparation for the sprint on the Champs-Élysées. We obviously knew that Vingegaard was winning and was in yellow, but we had to see the sprint, huh? So who is we? Well, we is Jamie and I, and also more than 15 riders that were staying here for a few days to prepare their race, and that would soon do the Transcontinental Race. Transcontinental Race starts in Gerardsbergen, 10 o'clock at night, Sunday night, so a few hours after the Tour de France finished, and they will ride 4,000 kilometers towards Bulgaria. Every rider is not allowed to have any support, so they need to bring everything they think they will need along the road, which is completely different than the Tour de France if you compare it, because in the Tour de France you do 3,300 kilometers with a team of 8 riders. You try to finish first, and then you have a support crew of more than 25 guys with I do not know how many vehicles, buses, and so on and so on. So there is quite some difference if you look at it right now. But if you would see pictures or videos of 30 of the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s of last century, then you would see that also those riders doing the Tour de France were geared up. And then I was asking those guys that were doing the TCR, are you guys adventurers or sporters? They all said they were sporters. But the thing is, most of those guys said that they were competing with themselves, not so much with others. So it is really a challenge to see where you can go. And that made me think already about what's going on here in the Flandrien Hotel. Because last week, we had the NXTG women's team here, being in a bubble after their training camp and getting ready to go to the Tour de France Femmes. That would start today. So that's also a different world. The man's world and the women's world. Another thing we saw this week is we helped a junior team, an Israeli junior team. And also there we can see huge differences. We had families here. We had a mom with her young boy here that were riding and enjoying being together. We also had a father and a son trying to do all the Flandrian Challenge hills. And on top of that, the same week, we had a South African living in England, and he did the Tour de France organized by the ASO for charity, gathering money for leukemia. So incredible, you see the difference, the huge array of people coming here to love what they love doing, riding a bike, but for different things. So here you see different worlds collide. And that's what it makes incredible. And on top of that, then after the pre-race meal, I went to see the start of the race. And there I saw another astonishing thing. Because think about that where the TCR starts, that's the climb of the Muur, the world famous Muur. iconic climb that is deciding a lot of the spring classics, that's used to start the endeavor, where in pro cycling it's most of the times the end of it. So my question to you is, when you see two different worlds colliding, do you compare to judge or to find greatness? Because after all, over here, that's all it's all about. We really want to see you find your values, find your talents, discover your passions, and do something with impact. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Share it with all those people loving riding bikes, but not necessarily for a competitive reason. And then I can say, have a great day, and maybe one day I'll see you over here at the Flandrien Hotel. Bye.
I'm Sami. I'm from Finland. I'm riding TCR this year, and my cap number is 101. And before the race, we stayed in this beautiful place. I cannot imagine better place to start the race. Thank you for everything. Thanks.